What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to sharpen your stainless steel knives. So I've got a Baccarat Damascus. This is heat treated to, I think, about 56, so it's quite a soft metal. But what I was doing is I was just cooking some biltong, and I realized that I need to slice it, but when you're cooking biltong you need really, really sharp knives. So this little guy needs a bit of a sharpen. You can see it's really, really blunt. So I just thought I'll jump on the stones. I've got 2 Whetstones here, and I'll show you my process. So, alright. Yeah, so definitely really, really, really blunt. That's not going to cut any biltong. So I've got my angle, that feels good. Alright, that's the angle. I'm going to start with the push and pull method. So what that means is that I'm going to push and pull at the same time. So I'm just going to stay on that exact same angle, keep my fingers over the stone at all times, not going like this, like that with my fingers. So if I move up, my fingers will just stay here, if that makes sense. So I'm just running along, keeping the same angle along the stone, maybe 4 or 5 passes, and then you'll see I'm slowly moving my fingers down. And because I've got a little bevel here, as I get closer to this bevel, I'll just rotate the knife like that. Okay, you can see some build up, which means that the shavings are coming onto the stone. And I'm just gonna do it again. Okay, so that's 3 passes, and what I'm feeling for, I'm running my thumb perpendicular with the knife, not along the bottom of the knife, but perpendicular with the knife, and what I'm feeling for is what's called a burr. What it is little bits of the knife, the bottom of the knife, little bits of metal fold up onto the top, and then you can feel just around the bottom actually. You can feel just a little bit of roughness on the end of the knife tip. Once you feel that, so I've got it, yep, it's all running. I can just feel that little burr all the way across. Okay, then I'm ready to flip. Same thing on this side. I put my knife down, raise it up until I can feel, see if I go too much, it cuts in too much. And if I go down, and it just starts to slip, and that's perfect. So that's the angle. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Moving my fingers down. As I get to the end, I'm gonna rotate a little bit. Now the reason I'm doing this on my couch is, I know it might seem weird, but I actually keep my elbow sitting on my knee, and that just gives me a 3rd point of contact. I don't know if that's definitely not what the professionals do, but for a beginner, I find that really easy because I'm still developing those muscle memory in my arms. Now I'm checking for a bevel on this side. I still don't have one. So I'm just gonna keep going on the same angle. Now I've got a little burr there, but not everywhere else. So 1 more pass, I think, and I'll have a burr on both sides. Almost all the way along. Just got to work that little tip a bit. I'm just working the edges of the stone because they're the parts that get the least amount of wear. So if you don't want to flatten your stone all the time, just when you're working the tip, you can just move your knife around each part of the stone. Yep, I can feel that burr all the way along now. See quite a bit of build up on the stone. That's what actually happens with the Naniwa 1000. I don't notice it with the Chosera, but you can see the build up. Just really, stone really builds up. So, okay, so we've had a burr on the first side, we flipped the knife, we've got a burr on the second side. So now we've got a burr on both sides. You can actually, if you're in a hurry, some people just grab a piece of wood and they just run their knife along that piece of wood and it actually gets off that burr, and then you've got sharp on both sides. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what I do most of the time. Actually deburr it on the whetstone. So to deburr on a whetstone, what we're gonna do is the burr is on that side, cool. So I use the countdown method. So all I do is that I very lightly run the knife down the whetstone like that, okay? And basically it's just slightly taking off that burr, and if anything, it's just pushing it together. So that's 4, 5, 6. I'm just taking my time with this. Because this is the really part to get it nice and sharp. 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, cool. So that's 10. And then I'm going to do that on the other side as well. I'm just going to do a little J motion. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And now back on this side, and I'm going to do 8, 8, 7, 2, 1, 0. Okay, and then back to J motion. 8, 7, 6. Okay, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 2, 1, 2. And what I'm doing is I'm just getting rid of the burr, but also any burr that's remaining, it's actually just pushing each side at the top. So it's pushing it both sides of the burr towards the point. I think how many was I up to? All right, I'll just start single stropping now anyway. So now I'm just going to go singles. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Now this knife is now super sharp. So at 1000 grit, you can stop there. Honestly, it's really, really sharp at 1000 grit. I'll quickly show you, grab a piece of paper. Okay. So you can see that's at 1000 grit. It's really, really, really sharp. So it will slice through paper really, really nice. So the knife is super sharp at the moment. So all it does by putting it on the 3000 stone is it kind of just polishes that edge and just makes the edge super, super smooth. Which I kind of don't even want for biltong, because I don't want the edge to be really fine, because I want it to kind of hold its edge through the whole cut. But I'll quickly show you with the Chosera 3000. So this counts as a polishing stone. It's super, super, super smooth. It's really, 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 really smooth. Anything from about 3000 grit it to 10,000 grit would be a polishing stone. Some people just start push and pull straight again, but you don't need to. You can just start stropping straight away. So you can just either go ones to one stropping, because all I'm doing is trying to smooth out that edge, because it is already sharp. There's no point me trying to develop a burr again already. So all I'll do is do this maybe 10, 12 times. I'm literally putting no pressure on this at all. And what I do, usually when I come into my kitchen and I'm just you know, my knife's already sharp, all I do is I'll strop this back on the 3000 like 5 or 6 times, and it just brings back that edge super, super sharp. Okay, now the only way you can tell the difference now is you're gonna hear a difference in, I'm gonna show you the paper cut again, but you'll hear a difference in the sound of the cut. Just wait for that car to go past. Okay, it's just a little bit more high pitched, the sound. So, super, super sharp. Didn't need to put on the 3000, but we did anyway. So anyway, that's it. I'm gonna go back up and cut my biltong, but thanks for watching. And if you wanna watch the biltong video, I'll just link it above now for you. Catch you later.